Good afternoon and welcome to Seminole County's afternoon press release. We're here today to give you updates on our educational partners. Today we have with us Dr. Lorenz from Seminole State College and Dr. Walt Griffin from the Seminole County Public Schools. Real quick, I want to take a quick moment and thank our citizens, thank all of our business partners and those that are continuing to do the right things for our community and social distancing, those that are able to close their businesses or work minimum hours. We're very grateful. We continue to see great cooperation throughout our community, and at every moment we continue to monitor the crisis in our community. As you know, here in Seminole County on March 2nd, we were the first county in the state to sign the emergency order of any county in the state. Since then, we've been working with our school system partners throughout the region to work hand in hand with their needs as well as what they can do to help us with our needs. So it's been a very collaborative approach. So we would sincerely appreciate your time and understanding as we move through this difficult time, and the school folks are going to be here to help you with a lot of information I know that you've been asking for, and they're going to share that with you today. Dr. Lorenz, welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Seminole State is working hard to effectively balance the critical priority of the health and safety of our employees, students, and the community with our commitment to help students reach their academic goals. Our faculty and staff are working together to ensure the college community is safe and that students can continue to take classes and access the support services that they need to the fullest extent possible. We were closed and suspended instruction from March 16th to March 20th. During that time, the college engaged in a collaborative effort to transition almost all face-to-face classes to a virtual and online environment. Classes resumed on March 23rd, and things are going very well. Seminole State was well poised for moving our on-campus classes to the online environment. Our talented, committed faculty and e-learning department have many years of experience doing this, and all of our faculty who teach on-campus classes use the online learning management system to enhance their on-campus classes. And experience matters. The student success rates in our online classes at Seminole State College are as high as our great success rates in our on-campus classes. College facilities are essentially closed until the end of the spring semester to prevent the spread of the virus and keep our college community safe and healthy. Staff and faculty are working remotely with a limited number of essential employees on site at our Sanford Lake Mary and Heathrow campuses to support our students and our community partners. Admissions, advising, the library, and tutoring are taking place virtually, and information on how you can access those services is available on our website. We opened summer registration on March 23rd for new and returning students. To sign up for summer classes, go to seminolestate.edu/summer. We have virtual and online classes available. I know that this crisis has hit many of our businesses and industries particularly hard. Seminole State is here to help. Our counselors and advisors and career development specialists are here to help you find a career and create a path to get you there. And our Center for Business Development is working hard with small businesses in the area to access the resources that are now available. College leadership is meeting daily to talk through current operations and future plans. Students should check their college email for the latest information and visit seminolestate.edu/alert or seminolestate.edu/coronavirus for the latest updates. We are thankful for our great partnership with Seminole County Public Schools, and the Emergency Operations Center, and I'd like to thank all of you for your leadership and support. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. I'm Walt Griffin, Superintendent of Seminole County Public Schools. Just a reminder to everybody that Seminole County Public Schools has 67,500 students and just about 8,000 contracted employees. We moved very, very quickly in the past 2 weeks so that about 90% of our employees are working remotely. Our school hours are 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And in order to access our schools, we really prefer that an appointment be made. There are some essential services that parents have to interact with us, but for the most part, we can do it online or over the phone. But if you have to make an appointment, that's a possibility, and we will be practicing our social distancing during any meetings that we have to have. I'm very proud of our Red Apple Dining, that's our dining services department, who are serving over 7,000 meals per day to families who need meals. In addition, our IS department distributed over 4,500 laptops in the past week. This past week, the week of March 23rd, we officially started our at-home learning. At-home learning is different from distance learning. At-home learning was us putting out resources for families who had their children home for extended periods, websites, webcams, opportunities for families and students to do things together. We saw some of our teachers and our staff members doing some really great things in the community to interact with our students. Some teachers in the evening had Facebook Live so they could read stories to the children. A couple of our schools had staff praise where the staff members followed each other in their cars to say hello to all the students and remind them they're still around and to welcome them to distance learning the week of March 30th. So March 30th, next Monday, we officially start distance learning in Seminole County Public Schools. Students have laptops. Spectrum has provided free internet access to families that did not have it, and we are ready to go. Our teachers have turned this on a dime to get this to happen. Our teaching and learning department has produced an outstanding curriculum for our families, for our students, for our learners, so that fourth quarter will resume as normal as possible. Will it be as good as face-to-face instruction? It will not. Nothing replaces our great teachers standing with and interacting with our children day to day. Will it be an adequate replacement? Absolutely. Probably one of the most sensitive things that I'm dealing with, I meet weekly via WebEx with our senior class presidents. They are very, very concerned. They've waited 4 long years for their graduations and for their proms. So we have postponed everything, waiting for further direction as to when we can start bringing students back together again. I think our parents have found a newfound appreciation for our teachers. If you're out on social media, you've seen all sorts of things. Probably the funniest to me was a parent in a comic scraping off a bumper sticker that said, "Your child is the best, your child is a superstar." We have students with special needs, and each one of those cases are assessed individually, and every student is receiving the service that they're documented to receive. We've also increased access by phone, not only for our usual services, but for academic assistance, for technical assistance, and any areas that families may need some assistance. We're also changing our registration process. The majority of our registration will be online. April 7th is a big day in Seminole County Public Schools. It's our annual kindergarten registration. Go to our kindergarten rodeo. That will be online this year, and directions are on our website on how to access that. So this event that we're dealing with right now brings out the kindness in others. Our team has worked very, very closely with our schools, with our families to provide the best possible opportunities for our students. I'll give you one example. Our Families in Need department, FIN, our FIN department, was shopping at Costco with donated dollars to get food to our families. They had carts full of peanut butter and other essential items. When people in the store realized who they were and what they were doing, after checkout, they took things out of their cart and put them in the FIN carts to help out our children and to help our families. So Seminole County is a great place. We will all get through this together. We have a great relationship with all the cities, certainly with our county, and certainly with Seminole State College. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Dr. Lorenz, and thank you, Dr. Griffin. We appreciate the collaborative things that we do in this county. This is another example of what this crisis has done to not only our community, but communities across this entire country. We will continue to hold our press conferences as things evolve. Again, we continue to monitor things on a regular basis. We also are going to have a press conference next week related to some of our community service needs. Unfortunately, when this crisis has hit, we now find a lot of people unemployed, a lot of people have need with rental assistance and so forth to get these families through. We're also looking forward to whatever package comes out of the House today and getting down to the folks that really need it. A lot of people are hurting, a lot of employees, a lot of employers. So again, we appreciate the media being here today. You're an important aspect of transparency, of getting the message out to our public, and again, we appreciate it very much. With that, we'll take questions for anybody you desire.
Well, I was struck this morning, every day on my commute, I drive by the school bus facility
Yes.
on State Road 46. And I said, those buses aren't rolling out of there
That's right.
Monday morning, and the people who drive them aren't working.
That's right.
And I was concerned about them. What are you doing with them?
Fantastic story. Our school bus drivers obviously are not transporting students every single day. So we had them voluntarily sign up for work groups throughout the district. So they're helping out in maintenance, they're helping out with food service, handing out meals to our families, they're helping out with our laptop deliveries, and any way possible. They have been an unbelievable group of people who want to serve this community, and they're out and about doing that for us.
I wanted to ask you about the distance learning.
Yes.
And looking into the future of education, and this in particular, what you're doing. I know you do some of this online already.
Yes.
But would this be a test for sort of expanding it to help with overcrowded classrooms and other issues the schools are facing at this time?
Yeah, like we're in our 10th year of running Seminole County Virtual Schools, so we have some experience in this area. But we're seeing every year that students like to take virtual classes. For the most part, students do not want a full day of virtual. They like to take 1 or 2 classes to free them up for activities, sometimes for jobs or whatever. I think this opportunity is going to teach us a lot, especially in the elementary sector. We have a K-12 virtual program, but the majority of the choosers are students from secondary. So I think we're going to have some opportunities. I really see this as leveling the playing field a little bit. A lot of our students who may not have all the opportunities at home, now that we have them really connected, we have them with a device, maybe after school, maybe weekends activities can be a little more educational for them with us delivering some more instruction to them.
Do we know whether or not everybody is going to have a device? I mean, there are some people that probably don't have devices at home, and I know you've been trying to provide them. Did you have enough? Did everybody get one?
Yeah, we have enough. Everybody who asked for one did receive one. We started out with one per family. We started out with students who were in greatest need, but now our IS department has given out over 4,500, and the service continues. If a family needs a device, we're physically removing them from schools and lending them to our families so the students can have the devices.
I was going to say, because there's got to be some families that are large families, that there might be 4 or 5 school-age kids in the house, and they're all
Right.
on different lesson plans.
Right. Yeah, but also the truth of the matter is they're not going to be staring at the screen for 7 hours. So one device could be used for 2 or 3 children in a household very easily.
So how do you replace the social aspect of school? I mean, I realize that I'm old, but we still used to break up into groups and do some group learning. How do you do that online?
Yeah, we do a lot of that already in our virtual school through chat rooms and different mechanisms. The students are very social media savvy, and if there's a positive to social media, the kids know how to connect. I know I connect with the high school students via Twitter, have a lot of conversations and things that take place. It's new to us. It's not new to our students.
Dr. Griffin, how are we handling our special needs?
Yeah, each student has an individual education plan, and we are reviewing every single education plan to make sure we're doing exactly what they need as we promised to families that we would do. There may even be some cases where we have to bring some students into a school and we'll have a teacher there to work with them one-on-one, where we're going to do all the things that we need to do to meet the needs of those learners.
Were you surprised that 4,500 laptops had to be distributed because they didn't have a laptop in the home, or what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, we weren't really that surprised. We were prepared for it. We knew that many families had one computer in the home. Most people have a smartphone, but they needed a dedicated computer for that distance learning. We were happy to loan it to them.
Is there any
How
concern?
are you going to make sure that the computers that you have loaned out will come back to the district and in good working order?
Yeah, our IS department did a very nice piece of paperwork and a loaning program for the students, and we anticipate the families will get most of those back to us.
This question is for Chairman Zembower. Now that Orange County is under a stay-at-home order,
Yes.
Governor DeSantis at one point said that stay-at-home orders aren't good for the state. They don't work for the state because it restricts people in one area and they tend to maybe move to another area. Are you at all concerned that might happen in this case, people from Orange County coming into Seminole County?
Well, I mean, under these circumstances that we find ourselves in, we understand that each particular jurisdiction, and maybe even jurisdictions within a jurisdiction, as we're the city inside of a county, may have their own unique needs. So we don't fault any of our fellow counties who have made their own decisions, what's best for their community. Again, in Seminole County, we're blessed that for the most part, our citizens are doing the right things. They're limiting their travel, they're limiting their social interaction. Many have gone home to work. As far as moving through the corridor, the question I think everybody is asking at this point is, with these mandatory stay-at-home declarations, what's being done to truly enforce those? And I think what we're hearing is it's almost an impossibility to enforce that. I mean, we have people flying into airports in that jurisdiction. We have a lot of exceptions to the mandatory order, which still allow social interaction between the public. So, it's a challenge not only for the region. Each municipality ultimately is going to have to make their own decision. If you have people that are doing things they shouldn't be doing, then as a government, you have to attempt to eliminate that or minimize that the best you possibly can. So I think that's what we're seeing play out. I've told a lot of people, history's yet to be written on this. We're navigating new waters, and I don't fault anyone for making their own decisions. There's no SOP on this event, unfortunately.
And are you in constant contact with other heads of counties?
Yes, so our emergency operations people, our county staff are always in communication not only with the regional leaders, but also all the counterparts through the region at the state level and federal level. So we continue to monitor any and all things not only in our region, but directives that are coming out of the state level as well as the federal level.
And have you ever received any pressure from the mayor of Orange County to issue a stay-at-home order?
No, not at all. We were aware that they may at some time invoke that, and of course they have.
Jay, we've heard some local governments start to furlough workers. Has the county had to furlough any workers at this point?
At this juncture, we have not furloughed anyone. Many of our people are able to work remotely. It's a new concept to some departments, but I think our county staff have done an excellent job to keep the government open to give services to the public, but yet protect our staff from any of this virus by splitting them up in teams, rotational work, and so forth. So if, unfortunately, one in a department would become infected with the virus, it doesn't take down the entire department. So we have not furloughed anyone at this point.
Dr. Lorenz, if you could give us a moment. I know you said in your remarks that almost all of your educational services at the college are being handled online, but I would assume, like, one glaring one to me is it's pretty hard to virtually put out a fire. I would imagine the Public Safety Academy, those guys got to show up, right?
Right. We do have a limited number of programs that require on-campus experiences. We have worked with the faculty to put as much of those classes online as we can, 100% of the theoretical aspects of those programs, but we are talking about ways in which we can help those students complete those hours. And essentially they're suspended for now, but we're looking at ways that we can do that at no further cost to the student as soon as we're able to get back to campus, hopefully in the summer term.
So like, they're not there doing public safety work, but you hope to do it at a time when it's not an added expense for them.
Right. They're currently enrolled and have paid for this semester, which they're unable to complete. So we're essentially extending their time to complete the hours that they need to do for licensure, whatever it might be.
So there is no face-to-face instruction?
No.
Even though some of it is absolutely required, it's not being done at this point?
No, we're following guidelines from the Department of Ed and others and just suspending that for now and hoping that we can get back to it this summer and get those students through those programs as quickly as possible.
And you mentioned that on the 23rd was registration for new students.
For summer.
Have you seen a decrease in the number of people registering because they don't know what to expect with the economy and everything else? Have you seen any type of decrease?
It's difficult to make that determination right now because we opened registration a little bit earlier than the same point in time as last year's summer. But it does seem to be a little bit slower to start in terms of enrollment. And of course, students are curious whether they're going to be able to take on-campus classes at all. So we have a very heavy offering of online classes, and other classes have been set up as hybrid. So there may be a synchronous portion of that class that would be held in a virtual environment using Zoom or something else. But as soon as we're able to, we'd like to move those classes back to campus. But for now, summer, we're all sort of feeling our way through what summer's going to look like. And courses begin May 11th.
Dr. Griffin, can I ask you one more question when it comes to digital learning starting on Monday? What is the biggest challenge you guys see with digital learning starting on Monday? And do you also see campuses possibly closing until the end of the spring semester like the community college did?
At this time, we've been advised to keep our campuses, strongly recommend to keep them closed through April 15th, so we're sticking with that. We'll get further direction, I'm sure, in the next week or so. The challenges with distance learning, I think one of the greatest problems for our families is a lot of the parents have to work remotely. At the same time, the children have to get educated, so they're juggling schedules. I had some parents reach out to me to tell me that on social media, I think Nextdoor, Facebook, and so on, parents are actually co-oping. I'll watch your children for 3 hours, you watch mine for 3 hours, so we can get some work done. You hold school, and so I think it's really the community coming together. I've told my leaders from the onset, during this period, it's about common sense and compassion. And we have to do everything we can do at all levels, both directions, to take good care of each other.
Even when there isn't this situation that we're facing, I'm incredibly reliant on Wi-Fi.
Right.
That's how we get everything back to our office.
That's right.
If you've got parents online, kids online, in hours where they were never online before, can we possibly have enough internet connection?
There could possibly be a problem when everybody gets on. You know, we will find out Monday. But I'll tell you, most people are connected most of the time. I think we're just going to have more people connected in a more condensed period.
So we're hopeful.
Yeah, well, this week was kind of a test week for us. We did the at-home learning, and parents are doing lots of activities with their students. Most of our students were on most of the week, the same number of hours they would be on this week when March 3rd when we started. So a little bit of a beta test.
And how are your teachers doing with this new digital learning platform?
Teachers are phenomenal. A lot of our teachers already connect all the time with our students through our platform. So this just ramps it up to where they're delivering a lot more instruction. I think probably the greatest challenge would be for those teachers who were not as connected as other teachers, and we're doing a lot of online learning for them, supporting them, and understanding the challenges that they're facing.
And it's important to just mention that this is more work at your own pace through the day for the students. That's right. It's not an 8-hour window where you're going to be online all day.
Exactly. They're not going to be online for 8 hours, and there's a lot of different instructional strategies to it. Some of it is working online, some of it is working offline. Teachers are going to be interacting with the students live, so there's a lot of different pieces to it.
And also the students, it's a reminder for them that there are things in place where they have to be doing the work to show that they're doing it, right?
That's right. They will all receive fourth quarter grades. Our grading will be very similar to any other quarter. We have to issue grades of fourth quarter and final grades for the school year. All right. Well, thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Yep.
So, well, not being a parent, so the kids aren't going to be like doing